Hello, this is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City. It's March 2nd, and I'd like to address the folks out there in Oklahoma City that are having a hard time making their mortgage payments due to a hardship. You know, yesterday was the Sheriff's Sale Day, which is typically every other Tuesday in Oklahoma County. There are other counties that also report around that time, but it is the last part of the foreclosure process. The first part, of course, is when you start missing your payments. That first 31 days after the payment is due is called default. At about the 5 or 6 month point of missing payments, the lender issues the notice of les pendens. There's a court date that comes with that, and a judge renders that you are in default and the lender has the right to foreclose. A few months after that, then it eventually gets to the sheriff's sale date, which is where the lender takes control back of the property. They give you a few weeks to cure it. If you can possibly bring up all the money, including attorney's fees, you can be reinstated. Otherwise, you have to be out of the house because the sheriff will come change the locks. So I wanted to do something on Tuesday, and I do this every time the list comes up. And first of all, I want to see, is there anybody that's a client of mine that's on there that I might have missed? And then the second thing along with that is to see if the national statistics hold for Oklahoma City. You know, that 7 out of 10 homeowners who go into foreclosure do not seek visible ways of curing the foreclosure, of staying out of the foreclosure. So if I pull up the sheriff's sale list, I have it on one computer on my desk. On the other computer is the Oklahoma City Multiple Listing Service, so I can see, were these homes listed? And sadly, Oklahoma City is no different than some of those bubble states in the hard-hit areas where you've had huge losses of value and a lot of unemployment. You know, and I know people say, well, it can't happen here. This is Oklahoma City. We weren't part of the bubble. We've got great unemployment stats. Employment is increasing. We haven't lost value. Folks, it really is true. About 7 out of 10 never show any visible way that they tried to stay out of foreclosure. And the other thing is that some do. But I'll give you 3 examples that don't work, for instance. It is when that you're trying to zero it out to avoid a foreclosure in terms of paying off everything, including the late pays. You may owe too much money, and normally this is the case, and you have a price that is listed at $150,000, for instance, when it should be $130,000, and there's 10 or 20 houses that could be buy at $130,000. That is not a solution. You cannot sell the house for more than it's worth. It will not even appraise. You won't get a buyer. Another example is when I saw a short sale that was listed, and the realtor had 0% commission on there. Well, none of us can work for free. We can't afford to do that. I mean, just in gas alone, we may spend $50 in a day going around the town. And so you have got to have a commission on there, and I'm afraid the realtor didn't understand, because the lender does pay commission in a short sale, and that's the only way somebody's going to be coming to your house. Or when you have a relative try to handle this for you, it doesn't work. It's got to be an arm's length relationship. I can't buy short sales that I have listed. A relative can't buy your short sale if you're one of those people. They want an arm's length relationship, and that doesn't work either. So I don't understand sometimes why this happens. I just know that it does. Now, my team is experienced in short sale. We've done hundreds of them, and we will help you in that. And if there's other alternatives, if you get a hold of us early enough, we'll see if you can refinance, or if there's a forbearance plan or a loan modification that makes sense to you. The worst thing you can do is wait till the last minute. That makes it very hard for us to be successful for you. We do 95% of our short sales successfully. Now, I wish it was 100%, but there are just times when you can't close them. If a third-party lien won't release, and we had that this year where there was a $60,000 release, they were offered $5,000. They wouldn't accept the $5,000, went into foreclosure. We can't help that unless they're willing to release. We have to go into foreclosure. And they lost any ability to collect anything. I think it's foolish, but it happens. Or if you've had that les pendens judgment and you're getting close to sheriff's sale and you also have a tax lien with the federal government, we can't do anything about that because they will not go through the judge. And if you had gotten this at the 3 months mark before les pendens, the IRS is really good, folks. They really will remove what they call a partial release from the tax lien because they know, hey, there's no money there. There's no equity there. That's the only reason they have the house attached. So I urge you to get a hold of us early in the process because we can help you with alternatives to foreclosure. And there is a devastation to you in foreclosure. You might have been at a 700 point credit rating. By the time you're done, you're at 400, and that can be really troublesome to you in the future. We want to help out, and we want to avoid other problems that I've talked about in other videos. Now, one question I want to address that I hear from people when they see how hard we work on foreclosures and avoiding foreclosures, or realtors that say, you know, I'll refer it to you. You take care of it. I don't want to do short sales. They see that we work about 3 times harder than a normal sale. There's easier ways to make a living in real estate. So, again, why would I want to do this? Well, I've been in real estate for 21 years. I'm very much involved in the business of real estate. I am president of my board. I want to help in any way I can to make it a better place for real estate. But more importantly, you know, after thousands of sales, I can tell you I derive no greater satisfaction than rescuing a family from foreclosure, to have them have the ability to have a brighter future than to worry about the mistakes of the past. And that is a tremendous reward. And honestly, there are no more loyal customers than somebody that's been able to avoid foreclosure. We're good at what we do. We will work tirelessly on your behalf. We want to know that you're going to have to be proactive and contact us to do all the things that you need to do to help us, and we can avoid foreclosure with you. So please contact us or contact a professional, an experienced professional in short sales as early as possible. Lenders do not want to go into the foreclosure process with you. They really don't. They want the short sale alternative or something else. It costs them a lot more in the end. We're here to help. This is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values with the speed of technology. We urge you to contact us, or you can also go to www.avoidforeclosureoklahoma.com to get some answers to your questions.